You know, May is Melanoma Awareness Month, and tonight we continue our coverage of a very special girl in Huntington fighting a rare form of that disease.
Yeah, Fort Wayne's NBC Today anchor Pauline Lee takes us on a trip to Ann Arbor, Michigan, as Nora's fight continues with her 43rd round of chemotherapy.
We got everything?
I think so.
Every other Thursday, the Hosiers make sure they're up before sunrise.
Mornings are way too early when we have to drive up to Michigan.
Preparing for the long day ahead.
Do we need to put anything else in here? Oh, you gotta show her your baby.
And packing the essentials for another round of blood work and chemo treatment for Nora.
And the diaper bag.
This has been the routine since Nora
And the blankie.
was 4 months old.
Do you want to get going? Yeah?
It's become routine by now, but still a little nerve-wracking.
Makes you anxious, you know, like please let her counts be okay so she can get her chemo.
Wanna go for a ride? Yeah.
Nora's dad is the sole provider for the family, but on these days,
I've made them all.
he takes time off work to be there for his youngest of 4 daughters,
Look at her.
simply because he has to.
It's hard to imagine being without her, you know.
It's a harsh possibility for any parent to lose a child, but one even more real for these parents, because Nora was born with a rare form of melanoma.
We don't know what we're gonna have next month with Nora.
You ready to go bye-byes?
And hope
Let's go.
for a bright future is roughly 3 hours away at Mott Children's Hospital in Ann Arbor.
I feel like I'm forgetting something.
With a last check of the necessities, they hit the road by 5 a.m.
Nora falls asleep. On the way up there, Mom and Dad try really hard to stay awake and drink lots of coffee.
Driving through Indiana, into Ohio, and up to Michigan, they arrive nearly 170 miles later.
Hi. Good, how are you?
This is their 43rd visit to Mott's for chemo treatment. Every trip is filled with a lot of waiting
Hey, you ready?
and a lot of tests.
Hi, Nora.
Lab work is always first.
But Nora's got this fancy line so she doesn't get any pokes.
We do not miss the days of pokes.
No.
Those were not fun.
Right. 2 yellows and a purple.
Then it's off to the playroom
You suppose that's a nose?
Yeah.
Yeah?
as they wait to be called back.
Yay! Good job. Here we go. It's your turn.
A check of her vitals is next.
Hold really still.
Blood pressure first, then temperature.
Still feeling good? Huh? You feeling good?
This is just roughly the first hour of every appointment.
Hello, Miss Nora.
Then Rhonda McDougall, the nurse practitioner, visits.
Can I have some of this?
She's one of Nora's
can?
favorites.
It's so good.
Can you guess why?
It's so good.
Are we tickling?
But some things aren't as fun.
Right.
Let me look at your head.
This is where her nodes, where we know that she has disease in her neck. She's got some on her head, and she's got quite a few on the left side of her neck.
And as a 2-year-old, Nora has patience on some days more than others.
Yes? I know you don't like this.
Dr. Angela Wyand is next.
Hi.
She's looked after Nora since the beginning.
I mean, I love taking care of Nora.
After another check,
It's nice and flat like it has been.
it's feeling like good news. The chemo treatment seems to be working. The cancer doesn't appear to have grown or spread. It's exciting, especially because doctors have never treated any baby like Nora before.
You know, I think in a lot of diseases, you say, we've treated thousands of patients with leukemia, and this is how many of them survive. And with her, we say, well, you're the first patient that, you know, any of these experts, including us, have seen with exactly this situation that's been treated with this medication, and so we just kind of have to wait and see.
Can I get a high five?
Nora now has spent roughly 2 hours at the hospital,
Yay!
and she's only halfway done with her visit.
Bye. See you later.
Chemo is next, and then it's another 3-hour drive back home.
Well, Nora's doctors say she's already pretty much a success story simply because of how well
her chemo treatment is working. Now, it's a new drug, just approved in 2014, and it works differently than most chemo treatments. For starters, Nora doesn't have the hair loss or the weight loss, weight gain sometimes associated with other chemo treatments. Tune in tomorrow night as I wrap up my special series when I sit down with Nora's doctor to learn more about this new drug and what the future looks like in Nora's fight.
What a brave little girl,
She's beautiful.
Incredible. Well, research is critical when it comes to finding a cure, but funding for pediatric cancer is minuscule compared to cancer research for adults. So if you would like to help, Mott Children's, where Nora goes for that treatment that you saw there, they are doing some great work. We've got the information right there on your screen and on our website at fortwaynesnbc.com.
And if you would like to follow Nora's progress, all you have to do is search Love for Nora on Facebook. Just a remarkable journey.
I'm sure there's even more love for Nora tonight.